How's it going, guys? Coffee here. Today I wanted to showcase the Thea build that I've been playing. As you can see here, the build averages about 300 mil DPS. You can get it to spike, upwards 500, 600, 700k maybe if you're lucky. But for the most part, you're floating right around this 300 to 350k average over like a 1 minute fight. Yeah, so far from my experiences with Thea, she's not too bad. I mean, she's definitely nowhere near as crazy as she was before with all the multipliers, but it is still possible to kind of get her up in similar numbers. My gear is nowhere near perfected. It's nowhere near like maxed out for kind of where you can actually get it theoretically, but we're not doing too bad. So from our 1 minute test here, what do we have? 380 mil, something like that. So the gear that I currently have right now, we are using Surging Inspiration. You do need this. This is going to be a staple of the build with the Spell Burst with Ring of Ice. I just have a chest here for just an energy shield chest with one focus blessing on it. A lot of this gear you'll be able to see basically it's just ready. I need to basically decide to spend the money to increase the total stacks on it. Like I need to push a bunch of mods to T0. Same thing, Vortex Heart. This got a bad unveil, but I just ended up keeping it anyways. So you want this for Focus Strike. For gloves, you need this mod here for mana, because otherwise you have mana issues. So you do need Long Night Sorcerer's wristbands specifically. These are again just getting max ES and resist from this. You can get these, I believe, with either some spell burst or with +1 charges on them, I believe, as well. Like if you are trying to craft them, they should have a charge on them. I just didn't end up getting it myself, I believe. Let's see, blessing. Or what is it? Focus. I thought it was focus or agility blessing or something you get on this. There was something good that you could be getting on this, but I didn't end up getting it, so I didn't even think about it. Oh, +1 skill level. That's what it is. So you can get these to be +1 skill level gloves. I didn't bother crafting for that. If I do end up hitting something with these, then, or, I'll just probably try to craft another pair, to be honest, or buy a pair with them. Something like that would be the best or recommended. For a belt, you pretty much just want, again, you want this additional defense from chest, some resistances. You can get elemental damage if you can, and then you want to make sure you leave a suffix open to craft one agility blessing on them. For your boots, you are looking for the spell burst charge speed here. The best boots, you can get spell burst charge speed, and you can get +1 or +2 as well. So you would want to craft that on there if you basically could get it. For your rings, you are looking for max focus blessings +1 rings, and then you can, again, you push these to +2. Same goes for the other ring, push it to +2, get some resistances and energy shield. For my starting weapons, I'm just using a Shadow of the Thunderlight's Fury, because I haven't crafted a second wand yet. This is fine. You could probably run 2 of these, honestly, before you bother crafting any wands whatsoever. I haven't even tested the damage on 2 of them versus 1. And then I just crafted a +4 wand here that will be getting pushed. Eventually, you do want this additional damage for spells by spell burst, some crit chance, preferably some crit damage, and then you want your preferably +6, and then some spell damage or whatever else you could possibly get. For the candles I am running cooldown recovery for triggered skills. This is just basically going to lower the cooldown on precise castable channeling. And then I have this one here, which is +2 to cold skill levels with some triggered skills. Yeah, so for the channeling skill that we're running, you are running Path of Flames. For cities, if you end up getting the ones where you need to stand in the white circles, I'll swap to Thundercloud really fast just to basically be standing still. You do get to run Mana Boil with Well Fought, Mass Effect. Blink with the standard Quick Mobility Magic Dash Periodic Burst. You get to run Force Start on Rhythm. You can take Rhythm off if you want to just be manually clicking this, but it is just a nice quality of life to just be able to kind of hold right click and then tap Q and spacebar every now and then. Same thing for Fixate, Well Fought Battle, Mass Effect. And we have auto defense here with we have an auto defense here with elemental amplification Frost Shield and Steadfast. I guess I over-leveled this. I must have. Because I can't, I guess I need to lower the level on this if I can. Yeah, it looks like it ended up falling off because I ended up pushing too much, but I think there's a way to lower this. Reset level. All the way to 1? Oh, I guess I have to. It's fine. Yeah, so we end up running this with our skills here. Let's go ahead and put this Steadfast back in here. I guess I must have changed my life total at some point with whatever I had on here. But you are pretty much reserving all of your life, and you'll see why you're doing this here in a second. And then you're just running again Swiftness, Thunder Spirit, Energy Fortress, and Frigid Domain here. And then for your Castle Channeling, you are running Ring of Ice, Overload, Freeze Chance, Psychic Burst, and Critical Strike rating increase. For the Hero Relics and Memories, you can run whatever you kind of want for your relic here. The additional damage taken is always very nice, or less damage taken rather, is very nice. And then I just have one here with additional damage. You can get one with whatever you want though. There's a lot of different options for what you can get for whatever you want. So if you want additional cooldown or whatever it may be. So the biggest thing that you are stacking for your multipliers to get damage is this dealing additional damage to full life enemies for every stack of Agility Blessing. You are basically stacking this along with these other following the gods here is going to give you just even more additional damage to full life enemies for every stack of Agility Blessing. So between the three of these, as well as running Crossing the Divine Threshold, which makes your increases to focus blessings also apply to agility blessings. This is basically the biggest thing that we're doing to stack our damage. And then we are using Divine Spirit here, which right here makes it to where when we are outside of the Divine Realm, enemies with a higher percentage life than us will be considered full life. And since we are reserving our life down, the way that life reservation works in this game is if you reserve yourself down to 10% life, you are considered to be at 10% life. It's not like PoE where you'd be considered full life still. In regards to the other ones, Born Might, you can use this for mapping, or you can run Might Flow depending on if you want the extra movement speed, or if you want to just basically ensure you're getting even more damage. Same thing goes here for Divine Realm Balancing. Some people run this. I don't typically run this though. I pretty much am always going to be sitting in Divine Realm Power because this is just, again, even more multipliers for every blessing that you basically lose for every Divine Realm stack that you have. When you go in, you're going to get an even more multiplier. So you're getting your multipliers from here, you're getting your multipliers from here, and you're kind of getting everything stacked together, and that's how we're getting our damage. So pretty much all the damage scaling we are going to be getting on this character is just going to be maximizing our blessings as much as we possibly can. So when it comes to the Divine Slates, we're doing the same thing. We want one here with max spell burst effect. We are looking for this own additional stacks of blessings. We are looking for one of the hunting for max agility. We are running a max focus on a knowledge here. I ended up getting lucky with this craft to where I got this own one additional stack and max focus stack, so you do want both these mods if you can get them. This slate's pretty much perfect for the build that we're playing, so I got extremely lucky crafting this on my first try. For the second one up here, we do want basically +1 spell skills. Preferably if we can get +1 spell skill, +1 cold. That's going to be kind of your best that you can possibly aim for. And then for this God of Might Divinity, we got one for own one additional tenacity blessing. You don't need this. Like, this should and probably could be something else. Realistically, I should probably be taking this along with one of these other ones and taking out one of these Corner of Divinities here and turning it into a Pedigree of the Gods with either Penetrating or with Focus Strike. Either one. If I find a Pedigree of the Gods with Focus Strike, then I could replace the Vortex Heart necklace with like another necklace with either +2 or +4 to skills. But again, I'm not that far into the character. I'm probably about maybe 1000 FE in at this point. So that's roughly where you're going to be getting. 1000 FE is going to get you, again, that 380, 400 mil DPS-ish for the tree. you're pretty much just taking skill radius, you're taking sealed mana, you're taking max focus blessings over here, +1 skill level, spell burst charge speed, and then you are just taking some crit here as well. As I level, I would be putting points into this, but I'm level 95 as it is right now, so realistically, I could probably swap this skill radius over to crit, and for the finish off the sealed mana here, I should probably do that. I guess I just never did this from earlier, but let's go ahead and fix it now. We can run this as crit. Instead, we don't need the skill radius anymore because of Focus Strike. It doesn't matter. Everything's just going to auto-target. Wherever your mouse is at, whenever you're channeling your skills, like it'll target completely off-screen. With the Ring of Ice, it doesn't matter. As long as you're holding the mouse over a target, it will target something off-screen. For the traits, we are running Beacon here and Insight. And then we are, for Magister Tree here, we are running Bunch, as well as Play Safe here. So everything we're doing is all going into Spell Burst, along with the channeling here. So it's the same thing here. You can see spell damage, cast speed, crit chance, this max mana and sealed mana, and then we're getting this extra cast speed. And then we're going over here to get the max spell burst and the spell crit chance per focus owned. And then we're getting this extra ES. You can push all the way over to this other ES down here if you want to, but I didn't do it. And then we're just grabbing this ES down here as well. For Steel Vanguard, you are taking Reflection. You can run Resistance as well if you want. It depends if you want extra aura effect or the extra resistance. I'm pretty sure Reflection comes out ahead, but you might want to test it for yourself. And then we are running Knowledgeable. This is just going to give us a much more ES from ES and defenses from the 2 defense skills that we do run, as well as increasing Iron Power by a lot. For this, we're taking damage. I had some resistance problems, so I still have some points in here for resistance. As my gear gets fixed, I can take these out and move these over to like either armor or to like anything else, basically. This armor, this extra cast speed. There's a few other things that it can be moved to. We are getting this +1 empowered skill, getting the sealed mana, the extra blessings, extra aura effect, and then the penetration over here. And again, for the slates, if you want to look at the actual bonuses that I do have on my slates, this is what we're looking at here. The +1 skill level, pretty much all of the max divinity effects 1 for blessings. We want all of those. And then, you know, this again, we have extra crit damage for Point of Chaos, extra spell burst charges, and then we have some other things, like there's other stacking buffs that you can possibly be getting, but I don't have them all. So yeah, let me go ahead and showcase the map, and then yeah, I will leave you guys to it if you guys want to give it a shot. I think she's still worth playing. The map is, or the build itself is still an incredibly fast mapper. It's a really chill play style if you are just trying to maximize your setup for city. You do want to run this top one, Might Flow, which is just going to increase your movement speed by a ton. You can do that. You can run Grace Boots on top of this as well. Like if you don't need the damage and you just want extra movement speed, you can put Grace Boots on top of this, and you will zoom basically even twice as fast as what I'm doing right now. Because the total blessings you have with Grace Boots, you are going to be getting like an extra, I don't know, it's what, 80% movement speed or something from Grace Boots. So if you have the ability to basically spare the resistances, as well as the spell burst charge speed, then you can go ahead and do that. It is going to be lower damage, but you are going to clear maps way faster. So worth having a set if you're not doing hard content. As you can see here, that we're zooming that pretty fast, and then we just get to go right back in the map, and we're zooming.
Look into my eyes and you're everything.
So, I mean, you're pretty much going to be killing things as quick as you possibly can. I mean, this is going to be a little bit faster because of the God of Might here, but or God of War rather. And then, yeah, there's going to be the boss.
The judgment of the gods.
Here's the pirates. Same thing. Again, the best thing about this build is it's really chill. You're literally just holding down right click for the most part. You don't even need to hit the rest of your buttons if you don't want to. And it's a pretty chill experience.
The champion deserves the honor.
So, if you have any questions about the build, leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And other than that, see you in the next one.